with comedian Dave Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So we are back with another installment of Boyle Reflects, and I only got through another 20 this week. It's been a big week in India for the Boyle. Daughter was in hospital, had a bunch of shit to do, went in and out, met up with the Australian dude yesterday, the Australian listener. That was fucking fun. That was great meeting him and his wife. Hopefully meet up with them again before I go. And then today, when I was about to get into it again, my son got bitten on the ass by a street dog. I don't know what the fuck he was doing out there. Apparently he was going to throw a rock at a dog or something. The dog was barking at him, and he had a little rock in his hand, and he threatened to throw it at this dog, and then two other dogs came and surrounded him, and I guess he threw the rock, and it missed, and he went to run, and one of the dogs fucking nabbed him on the arse cheek. And so he came in crying with a fucking bite mark on his arse. So he had to get rushed down to the fucking hospital and get the rabies injections. So that was a big day again today. It's non-stop action. So I only got through 20 this week, and I got through 20 last week. I'm going to have to fucking speed it up after this. And it's also an excruciating experience for me. But I kind of understand what was going on at the start now, because I was obviously fucking depressed. I'm up to day 40 and I sound like shit. Just depressed, no energy, just fucked. And it's hard to listen to, but I guess I'm not fucking depressed anymore. Or at least the same sort of depressed as that. No, I'm not going to pretend I'm depressed. I don't feel depressed. Like, I go through periods where I'm not fucking chirpy, but as a whole, I don't feel like I'm blanket depressed. But there, up to day 40 of the podcast, I'm obviously blanket depressed. It's fucking tough to listen to. But if I was a depressed cunt, especially a depressed cunt that drinks too much, which is pretty much all depressed cunts and all people that drink too much, that's probably what I want to hear. I want to hear some other depressed cunt trying to fucking fight his way through it. That's what you want to hear. You want to hear, yeah, fuck those. Fuck them. Yeah, things are shit. Everyone does suck. Fuck everyone. I'm still a little bit like that, but less depressed about it. So I sort of get that now. It's not making it any easier to listen to. The other thing I completely forgot. I don't know how you forget this, but I forgot how hard it is at the start when you quit drinking. You just feel like lost. You're not really sure what to do. You haven't really got anything to replace the booze with yet. You got to plan ahead. That's some advice I'd give people. That's something you can learn off me, is like fucking plan ahead. Have some shit in place to replace the booze. Because just grinding it out, staring at a fucking wall, that's quite the task. I suppose I had this podcast to do every day, but still, I could have had a lot of things in place that would have made my life a lot easier. I don't know why I didn't just start jiu-jitsu then. I think it's because I was working and I had no energy and I was completely fucked and I was depressed and I just quit drinking. And I was also trying to get off the darts too. When did I start smoking again? I'm looking forward to hearing that. Because the first 40 days, it sounds like I'm kind of healthy. I'm off the darts. I'm not drinking. Sounds like I'm eating all right. That's the other thing I didn't realize as well. Day 24 was the first day I started speaking about going bald and my rig. Day 24. I thought I fucking eased you into it. I thought I fucking didn't bring that up until after a year. I didn't realize it was straight out of the gate. I'm going bald, my rig's fucked. I've got onion juice in my hair because I'm going bald. Day 24. I thought that was like day 300 or like 2 years in. I was like, yeah, my rig's fucked. But no. So day 40, it sounds like I'm kind of healthy, but I must have fallen off the fucking cliff somewhere. I think it may have been when I started eating chocolate again in New Zealand sometime. Because just before COVID, I was 100 kilos. And I was chain smoking. So things went pear-shaped somewhere. I honestly can't remember where. It is kind of crazy being able to go back and listen to your life, your day-to-day life, and remember what the fuck was going on then. I've also started a list of things I said I was going to do on the podcast that I haven't. Basically, my lies. I'm recording the lies I've told. I'm making a list, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start checking them off. So far in the first 40 episodes, the 2 things that I've said I was going to do but never did are, the first one was I said I was going to run a half marathon. Never did that. So do I actually say I'm going to run a half marathon when pretty sure that's going to come back on the list? Like, I say I'm going to do the half marathon now, and in like about 9 months when I catch back up to this episode, it comes back on the list. The thing is, I don't even want to do a half marathon. Fuck a half marathon. But I feel like if I can clear up all the things that I said I was going to do on the podcast that I never have done, if I can start ticking off those boxes, that will be like cleansing, because I remember most of the things that I said I was going to do on the podcast that I haven't done, and they nag away at me every single day. All day, every day. Like, I remember promising I was going to make a Spotify playlist of the tunes I listened to on acid. I think that was like 2 years ago I said I was going to do that. I haven't forgotten about doing it. I think about it every single fucking day. I just haven't done it. I wanted to do it in a particular way. I was going to like record myself pretending to take acid, pretending to get high, play a song, and then gradually I get more and more fucked up and the songs get more and more fucked up. And you used to be able to do that on Spotify because you could do a radio show. And then by the time I got around to doing that, they took the radio show thing off. And then I had like 8 songs, and then I just never did it. But I still think about it every day. So these little things, if I can fucking get them off, if I can tick these boxes, then maybe that will free me up mentally. So half marathon, fucking when am I going to get the time to do a half fucking marathon? When the fuck am I going to train for a half marathon? But I fucking think I have to do it. I'm going to have to fucking do it. There'll be some bullshit half marathon I can fucking do. As long as there's no hills. I don't want any fucking hills. Anyway, the half marathon. And the second thing I lied about and said I was going to do and never did was go to AA. And I said that twice in the first 40 days. And it's almost 4 years later. It's almost 4 fucking years later. And I still haven't gone to AA once. I just wanted to go to check it out. So that is going to be a lot easier to do than the fucking half marathon. But also, I kind of don't want to go to AA as well, because I don't want to say I ever went to AA. I want to say I've never even been to a meeting. I like saying that. Never even been to a fucking meeting at AA. But also I'd like to know what goes on there. So I might have to make the sacrifice, but I do like saying I've never been to AA. I've never been to AA. It's like having a fucking tight rig and a 6-pack and saying, I've never been to the gym. I don't go to the gym. I don't work out. It's fun to say, but I am also curious. Anyway, those are my big takes for this week's Boyle Reflects. I need to start burning through the episodes a bit faster, though. I need to have a system in place where I just fucking roll through them. There was some kind of funny stuff in there as well. I was like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. Anyway, that'll do for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around, and I will see you the fuck later.